Welcome to another episode of Out Loud
and Laughing.
Get ready.
I'm Bryan.
And Jon, two gay cousins having big talks and even bigger laughs. Join us. Let's see what they're up to. It's Out Loud and Laughing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Out Loud and Laughing. I am Jon and
I am Bryan.
You sure needed a moment to think about this morning.
You know,
what are you up to?
I was up late. I am celebrating the Gators winning.
Bryan, what is in that Gators cup?
You know, it does look like beer, but it's Celsius. It's my morning routine.
Are we celebrating?
We are celebrating. The Gators won. They're in the final two, I believe now, right?
They are in the final two. And not only that, Duke lost, which was a big surprise. And let me tell you, if I may, because I bet you're wondering, why are two gays talking about sports right now? Well, let me tell you why. A, it's much better than talking about what's going on in the world right now.
Facts.
But also, I was with a bunch of straights last night, and I'm sure you're wondering where I watched the game, because that's what we ask each other, not ever. I was actually with my friends, and we went to a place, it's like a world-renowned place here in St. Pete called Ferg's, and there was probably 2,000 Florida Gator fans there. The place is a city block.
Yep.
Only photos would do it justice. The sound, I have videos, the sounds and the roarings. I took the video from like the last 10 seconds and the crowd erupting when it was one of those moments where you're just so happy that you're there and goosebumps, and it was awesome to see that many people cheering it on. It was fun. Go Gators.
I love that. So I went to University of Florida. If anyone listening, we'll do a whole separate episode of how I got into UF, because that was a whole thing. But I'm also very involved in the Gator Nation now. I'm a professor there. I'm on the board of directors for the Alumni Association. And so I've gotten more involved in understanding how it works. And so there's so many different Gator groups around the country. And obviously our biggest groups are in Florida. And so like Sarasota, Tampa are one of our biggest groups. So not at all surprised if there was that many people, because what they do is they like have partnerships with different bars to like host their games. Yeah. But it's funny when you text me, you're like, I'm going to Ferg's to watch the Gator game. My first thing was like gay clicked on, and I was like, oh, Fergie, like what? She has her own bar from like Black Eyed Peas. But obviously that wasn't what that was at all.
This bar is more successful than Ferg's career, unfortunately.
I bet last night alone, you know?
Yeah. No, it was a good time. It was a good time. And yeah, the fact that I think, we were watching it at this place called Ferg's with a group of friends last night. We went out, had a wonderful time. And then we were taking an Uber about 2 miles up the road to another place called Goodnight John Boy, which is like a 1970s like dance Studio 54's club. As a matter of fact, the entire place is all glassed out. So if you're outside on the road, you can see everybody dancing inside like at the fish tank. It's amazing.
Isn't the John Boy thing from like Little House on the Prairie, where at nighttime they were all going to bed, turning the lights off, and like, good night, John Boy, good night, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think it wasn't Little House on the Prairie. It was like, I don't know, Internet That. What was that?
We're not that old, which is good.
It was like the Swiss Tree Family Robinson, whatever family, I think. Good night. Good night. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, this dovetails nicely into the pod we wanted to do today around, we're not old enough to know what Little House on the Prairie or, Swiss Family Robin house stuff, but we are definitely too old to understand how kids are talking today.
How kids are, what a great topic. Slang in general, how kids are talking today.
Did you say slang in general?
Slang.
Oh my God. You are all,
slang?
So it's funny. I looked up a bunch of slang that I wanted to quiz you on. I think you have some for me, and if not, that's okay. But I had slang on there, and I had really no idea what it was. So you are already more hip than me, being 3 months younger.
Slang? You didn't know slang? The word slang?
Like slay, like SLAY?
Oh, yes, that's what I said. And no, I said slang, but yes, slay, honey.
I love this. Let's do this. I want to quiz us because I don't think we're that hip, and maybe we are more hip than we're giving ourselves credit for.
That's cute. We'll probably just we'll dispel that rumor in a moment here,
very quickly.
very quickly. All right, you go first.
Okay, I have a couple. And so I'll mention the word and I want you to kind of tell me like what you think it means and maybe use it in a sentence,
Oh gosh.
right? Because especially if you use it wrong, it's gonna be kind of funny, at least for me, since I know what it means now, because I looked it up. Okay, do we Riz?
I know this one, and I'm gonna double down, and I'm gonna actually throw it back to you to ask you if you know something else. So, Riz is basically like, so it stands for, I don't know if you know this, but it stands for charisma,
Okay.
and Riz is basically like the swagger that you have when you're like hitting on somebody, or like if you're like just walking into a room and trying to be cool, you'd say something like using it in a sentence. Man, not only does he look good, but he also has Riz.
I mean, again, so I had no idea until I looked it up. But why can't they just say, man, look at him. He has charisma.
That's the part that makes you sound old.
So I was like, why change? It's not like Riz is like any better than the word charisma. Like, I don't know. Okay, Riz, charisma. You are correct. That is accurate. He's got no Riz is an example that I was given. And it's especially when it comes to flirting or picking someone up. Riz.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding. I'm telling you. Okay, so I kind of cheated. I
Okay.
on the last trip that I was on,
Mhm.
went to Asheville with like 20 people, 10 adults, 7 children, of which one was a 16-year-old. And one evening she sat us down and told us about a lot of these slang words. You should have been in the room. It was hysterical. I felt like when we were younger trying to explain words to our parents and then them trying to use it. It was like, I'm old. That's it. I'm old. But with that, I'm gonna give you one.
You might have to give me all of them. You're like the expert now.
I don't know. I did do some deep dive research here.
Yeah.
Folks, I am out on the streets hitting the road just for this, just for you. This is how much we love you. But one that I heard that I love, because anyways, I'll do it first and then you can see why I love it so much. Glazing.
Glazing.
Glazing, like a donut, but glazing.
That's what I was going to say, like glazing a donut. Glazing. Okay. So if you glaze a donut, you make it sweet, you make it smooth. So is like glazing, like being smooth. Like I'm going to go over there and talk to her because I want to feel glazing.
Yeah, no. But you know what, Brian, A plus for effort on that one.
I'm always going to try.
I'm always gonna try. I have to spoiler alert here. When we first heard this word, the group that I was with did not take it very PC. So
Well, I guess that's also very true. Maybe my head didn't. I mean, it's still early. I'm still on my Celsius.
yeah,
My first one.
this is your first one.
Okay, what does it mean?
Okay. So glazing is basically the act of like overhyping somebody, right? So um let's say I'm trying to tell you about somebody that I like, right? So Tim is 6'2", he plays kickball, he's really funny. And then you're gonna say, yo, Rue, quit glazing over Tim. And
Oh. But then
or
again, now that you brought up the dirty thing, that example, quit glazing over Tim, sounds like something you would find on Pornhub.
sounds like something you would do on Pornhub, and also stop glazing, Tim.
Or don't.
Or don't. I mean, Tim, consent is sexy. Consent is sexy.
Oh, that's okay. I actually have never even heard glazing, and that wasn't even one of the examples I found. So,
God, not even your list is cool.
oh my god, that's okay. I have one for you. Maybe your 16-year-old new bestie didn't teach you this one.
Okay,
Do
I
you know
hope
Goblin Mode?
Goblin Mode. No, let's see. Goblin Mode. So it's like a mode that you operate in, like monster mode. So it's got to be either like sloppy mode, fast mode, slow mode. I'm gonna go with Goblin Mode. silly mode.
Okay, use it in a sentence for me.
Oh gosh. Use it in a sentence. It's been such a crazy week with track. I'm moving at Goblin Mode.
That actually was so you're not 100% right, but you're getting a B minus for this one.
Okay, I'll think of me
And
minus.
actually more for more accuracy, not even trying. You actually were close. So Goblin Mode is very much all around embracing laziness, messiness, or doing whatever you want without caring how it looks. So like I went into full Goblin Mode this weekend. It's like almost like couch potato Goblin Mode.
Mm. So you could say like, yo, Mrs. Feeney's school bus class is so whack. I did my science fair project in Goblin Mode.
Yeah, I guess. When I first read that, I obviously thought about goblin, and goblins aren't typically like very attractive. So I was thinking like this is a term for like girls who didn't want to put their face on. So they're like, I'm going to school in goblin mode, like all natural. That's what I initially thought. And I was like, okay, this is good. I'm gonna be confident about that. And that's not what it is at all.
Well, in Goblin Mode, it's funny. A lot of these words too. It's like y'all didn't come up with this. Okay, like real cute. There was one where this girl's like, "All right, I got one for you," and I was like, "Hit us!" You know, we had already been doing horribly by this point. This is the 16-year-old sitting us like 40-year-olds down and teaching us these things. One of them was, "All right, I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to know it. It's touch grass."
Touch grass.
No, I felt like this
No,
was an
because
old one.
because the old person in me is just like, oh, okay, he went outside to go touch grass. But I feel like our generation's just slightly more literal. So it's hard for me to like think about like a symbolic way to use touch grass. I'm like, okay, then go effing touch grass. I don't understand. Touch grass. Is
Don't
touching grass like rolling
Don't overthink it. I think you just got there.
Is it like going outside?
Yeah, it's not going outside, but it's like, no one has ever told you, like, as an adult, like, go touch grass. Like, it's basically like, get out of here or get outside or get a life. Like, it's basically like, go touch grass. I think it has to do with like grounding methods. And it's basically like, you're nuts, go outside and get back to earth, go touch grass.
I had never heard that, to be honest. And honestly, whenever we were yelled at to go outside, we were just yelled at to go outside.
Well, they didn't give us suggestions. They just told us to go outside, which I think was the hard portion.
It would have been easier if they were like, could you go outside and go touch grass? Yeah, I could go do that.
Well, actually can do that. but they just didn't have the lingo, our parents.
That's amazing.
What else is on your list? Let's keep going because this is fun.
This is fun. And yeah, I was going through this list. Some of them, they might be easy, but this one I have never heard of this one before. So if you could just kind of tell me what NPC energy means.
NPC. No penile control. Got it. That definition changes from 20 to 40. I'll tell you that much.
It like screams.
Yeah.
What's the blue pill that everyone takes when they turn?
Viagra.
Viagra. NPC energy is giving me Viagra energy.
NPC energy is giving me 4 times in the middle of the night, waking up to go pee.
It's also like NPC, like, honey, I'm still on Sims 2. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sims 2 is good though. NPC, let's see, no PC. So like not, like it's like not suitable for work. It's not for children. NPC.
Yeah, that is wrong. So NPC is someone who acts like a background character or is basically just basic and awkward.
I remember. That's right. It's a game. It's a gaming.
Yeah, he was just standing there with major NPC energy.
So NPC, actually, I remember what it stands for now. I actually do remember what it stands for. It stands for a non-playable character. And I do know that. And basically, it's basically like, if you had a grid of characters that were on a screen and one was deactivated, it's like, that's the person that you can't use. That's like basically calling somebody like, yo, bro, you are putting off some NPC energy. Our users are going to want, if you have children, excuse me, users, I meant to say listeners. If you have children, they are going to be befuddled as to where you've gotten this information. Now, do not give us away.
Yeah.
This is
we are your outlet to being cool.
it's your safe space.
This is your safe space. All right, hit me with another one.
I'm gonna kind of like there's you said slay at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm gonna slay this one.
I'm gonna say yeah. So okay, you're gonna slay it. So what do you think slay is? It's what?
So it's what Santa comes like on during Christmas to deliver gifts.
You should be asking how it's spelled, I imagine.
No, when we started talking about slay, I have heard it. I don't hear it in my daily, but I think like slay is like nailing it, like doing something really good.
Right.
Like I've seen I've heard like, oh, you slayed that, like, is that a fair way to say it?
It's spot on. It's spot on.
Oh my God, my kids are gonna be so jealous.
I know it's giving. And that's another one. There's a lot of these general slang terms that are a little bit gay, like slang, or it's giving, or even like short little quippy things like no notes, which I love. It's one of my perfect. It's like when somebody like does like a great joke or has a really good point, like you just basically double down and you go, no notes. Like you are so right.
I like the ones that are like lazier. So like I found one that instead of Gen X saying like delusional, they say delulu. Like I'm being delulu, thinking he'll text back. Instead of just saying I'm being delusional, thinking he'll text back. Like they're literally changing the English language at this point,
But didn't we like have our?
Well, I was gonna ask you because I was like, what are some of the terms that we used back in our day when we were like we thought we were cool? Because I remember the one that came to mind for me was like, "Give me dap." You remember that?
You never give me dap. That was like the handshake. Remember?
That was like it was like you like gave a fist and you like bumped on top of each other, like "Give me dap." And I was like, that one. It was definitely like almost like a today Gen Z term that our parents would not have understood, but nothing else. You probably have a whole list. I probably should look some up because I don't even know like some of these terms.
Ones that come to mind, I don't have a list, but one that comes to mind is like dope or like
dope is a good one.
Rad or like some of these weird ones that I feel like carried over from the 80s. We weren't enough to create our own though. We just stole everything.
I mean, I kind of want to like remember some of these because I want to believe that we were interested. Okay, so I got some. Okay, this is good. Faux shizzle.
That's 90s. Are you doing slang from the 90s?
I did early 2000s because that's when we were in high school, and I always felt like this is more that era. Another one is crunk, getting crunk.
I remember getting crunk.
Bling bling.
Oh, how about fat?
Oh, yes, but PHAT, guys, we're talking about spelling.
Yes.
This list is actually giving me life because it's making me feel like, okay, we were the Gen Z of our time. Like we had holla, we had peace out.
Okay. How about all that in a bag of chips?
All that in a bag of chips. We had homie.
That could have been confusing.
Yep. Off the chain.
How about the ones that came from movies like Clueless? How big did as if and whatever?
Yeah, I'm really looking at the list right now. Someone just wrote whatever.
Yeah.
Also, like, so I'd actually be funny. We should probably do another pod where we interview our parents with some of these to see if they even know what they are, because they definitely won't know the Gen Z ones. But like one of the most iconic ones that I think anyone that's listening to that graduated in the early 2000s, talk to the hand.
Because the face ain't listening, honey.
Well, right. And then I also remember talk to the hand because the ears ain't listening. So like we all had like a follow-up.
AB conversation, see your way out of it.
Yes. And then we also came up in our generation with like the original like acronyms. So like we talked about with like some of the Gen Z ones with like mid and bet and like some of those, we came up with LOL.
Oh, we are the LOL generation.
We are the LOL generation. We are the BRB generation.
We are the BRB generation. Really quickly, we really glazed over LOL, and I'm using that word correctly, actually. Gen Zers, Xers, Alphas, whatever you want to call yourself. But Out Loud and Laughing literally came from sort of this idea of LOL, and it only works as a title for a podcast because of the affordance and vernacular that it has really like woven itself into our
It's
language and
literally
our
our
culture.
podcast. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Oh my God,
amazing.
that's so funny.
How about the bomb? That's the bomb.
But it wasn't the bomb, it was dub. Yeah, da bomb.
DN.
DN.
Yeah, we really adopted urban culture there. We're really sorry for that appropriation.
Oh my God. But actually, did you say no cap?
No cap is like no limit.
Yeah, so no cap. Well, so it says that it originated in the early 2000s, but I found it on the Gen Z one, and the Gen Z one means it's for real, not lying. That's the best pizza in town, no cap. That's how I don't remember it like that.
Yeah, I do. It was it was big. I think that was more so like in rap culture, if I remember correctly, unlike Home Skillet.
Home skillet. Oh my God.
What's that Home Skillet? You're like,
Oh,
why did that even become cool? Was like Waffle House like, really like at the front and center or something? Or was it a
yes.
group or something like Home Skillet? Denny's?
I mean, going back to like what you were talking about with like the movies though, there were so many. If you think about like let's double down on like 2004, like Mean Girls, like So Fetch.
So stop trying to make fetch happen, Brian. It's
Right.
really
Stop trying to
funny.
make fetch happen. Like that was really good. Your Clueless ones were spot on with like as if and whatever.
Fetch was so good. That's a good one. Did you just come up with that off the top of your head?
The system's helping me a little bit.
Wow.
Um,
Wow, Brian, that's so fly.
I'm kind of giving NPC energy here because I'm not even trying to work.
Wow, look at you. Booyah. Killing it.
Right? Right? I'm
Word.
slaying this.
You really are, man.
Oh my God. But some of the other ones, Legally Blonde also has some really good ones because they also had Bend and Snap.
Bend and snap. Although that
And
wasn't
like
so much playing, that's more like
activity.
yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
But that hits hard right now, especially following up with my back issues that I've had. Like I couldn't bend and snap today if I wanted to. Um,
I couldn't bend and snap not because I have back problems, but because I'm 40.
oh my God, these are so funny. I love it. I feel very old though. Like it's funny, like we're like it, I remember when you and I were like in high school, like our biggest anxiety was like trying to figure out how to put away our aim away message, you know? And now I feel like there's just way more to catch up on and like to be hip.
It's too much. I can't keep up. I'm really trying. I'm so glad I don't have children. I know you do. They're going to really confuse the hell out of all of us one day. I can't wait for it. But
Yeah.
I think Ken's is gonna really pull for you and I. She's really gonna really keep us in the loop. I believe
Honestly,
it.
no cap.
No hat. Brian, can talk to you about slang all day long. But I have to go play kickball with a bunch of gay men today, unfortunately.
All right. Well, I know you'll hate that.
ATE, like, oh gosh, we will spare everybody the rest of your day. And thank you for listening to us. And we sure hope you're as cool as we are because now you should be.
Everyone stay Delulu.
We'll catch you on the flip.
Bet. Bye.